Hey guys, it's Vince with Green Joe Coffee School here again, and doing another update on the trolley because we are almost done with this thing. We got one more week with it, and I think we are going to be done. So, just want to kind of go over what we have so far. If you're new to my channel, I help people build mobile coffee businesses, whether that's cart, trucks, trailers. And we do that through ebooks and courses and barista classes, blah blah blah. It's all on the website, Green Joe Coffee Truck. greenjoecoffeeschool.com. All right, cool. So this project was a trolley that I was contracted to build for a school. It has different workstations. It's for a school that deals with different disabilities, and so the workstations are so that there's different levels of kind of job training they could do. So two of the stations are espresso machines. Two of the stations are coffee pots. A couple of the stations are like some cooking stuff. There's some stations for just like cold brew. It just kind of depends. So we're working on this trolley, and we've been building this thing out for the greater part of, 5-6 months now. We're kind of coming down to the final week. A lot of little stuff that we're having to do. Let me close the door real quick. But let me quickly show you what the trolley looks like. So here's can you see it? Yeah. Okay, so here's the trolley. All right. And we take it in for its vinyl wrap. We take it in for its vinyl wrap next Monday. Not this Monday, but next Monday. So these are all the workstations. We have these currently set up. We're running into a snag with these casters. We just keep bending the metal. So what we're having to do is like replace it with our own steel. And so that's giving us a hard time. We bought these things. They're supposed to be like super awesome things that you just fit into the tube. We keep breaking them, so we don't want to use them. So we're just gonna make our own. All right. So it's kind of a mess, but it's the last week of construction. So finish the floors. These are cove floors. You can see that the floor comes up, so there's no seam. Any seam that was done was we use these are called plastic rods, and you basically weld the seams there so that there's no seam. So that's a new skill set for me, so I got a chance to practice that. But the floors are done. They're cove floors all the way through. Let's see, since we've done an update, we got the electric done. The guys came in and did the electric. Bunch of different panels because of the way the electricity is running. Basically the way it works is we're doing 2 extension cords per Harbor Freight 9500 generator. So the 9500 has a 220 circuit, and it also has a 120 circuit, and they have different circuit breakers on the generator. I found that out because I called the lead technician and got them to send me the circuit breaker schematics. So we're able to draw 20 amp circuits from this, 2 of them, and 20 amp circuit from this, 1 of them, even though it's a 30 amp, and those are technically it's a 30 amp at 240, but whatever. So I get 220 amps, not 240, but a double 20 amp. Okay, so times 220 amp, that's a better way to say it. And then I get 120 amp from the 120 volt circuit breaker. Blah, that's a mouthful. Anyways, 2 extension cords per generator, which gives me 3 circuits per generator. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for the AC, 1, 2, 3 for the AC. So the way we set this electric up is that all mandatory or mission critical pieces of electricity that you need to run this operation is on this wall. So we have 1 espresso machine that will live here. We have the major refrigerator that lives here. We have 1 coffee pot station that lives here. The major freezer that lives here. We have the water pumps that live on this line. We have the electric that lives on this line. So in the event they want to run this entire system, or how should I put it? In the event they cannot run 4 generators for whatever reason, one of them breaks, blah, 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 they can still operate the entire truck. You won't have the comfort of AC. You won't have the comfort of the secondary system, the extra espresso machine and the extra coffee pot but you will be able to keep the show running off of 2 generators. So the truck is made to run off of 4. However, it can operate off of 2, and all that would come off of this wall. So that wall is the necessary wall. This wall is the nice to have wall. Here's the plumbing. Plumbing's all done. So it's basically what we did is, let me show you. So that is a 50 amp fresh water, and the gray waters are underneath. And so we have, so we have 80 gallons of gray water underneath. I'll show you that. But this is so we got pump, strainer, shut-off valve. This goes to the gray water, P-trap, goes to the vent, goes to the roof. And then this is my water fill. And so you can kind of see it set up right there. And so it fills, you can fill with 3/4 inch hose, or you can fill with gravity feed. So either one of those will work. And we kind of move over here. So that's all my fresh water. And then my gray water actually lives under here. And it might be a little hard to show you, but we'll try. All right, so here's the gray water. And these are the tanks. And so you'll see that, I don't know if you can see that. Let me just make sure. Yeah, you guys can see a little bit, kind of. All right, well, enough for me to talk anyways. So this contraption is just a small little tank that basically just accepts the first round of gray water. And then down here, it connects all these gray waters together. You can see I'm connected here. All these gray waters get connected. There's 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. And then they all they all head off that way to the RV, right there, the RV gate. So that's how all they're connected. And then on top of them, on the very top, are all their vents, and all their vents are connected, and then that runs off to the roof. And so kind of a complicated system, but the way that we did this is we just made you can't see that, I'm trying to show you. I need some light. Well, oh, there's a bunch of tools under here. Okay. Well, the way we set this up is we just kind of put 2 angle irons together, and then it went on top of the receptacle of this one. So it's on top of this, and then we just welded it, and then we have these angle irons right here, and then we ran them across, and then we bolted it to the opposite. So that's how we're able to get these. And there's a bunch of calculations when it comes to like the scrape lines. You have to worry about basically what you look at is the height of the axle versus the height of the jack on the trailer to determine what the scrape line would be. And that lets you know how far down you can put your gray tanks. So a lot of calculations to that. That was fun. Here's this from the outside. So you access this through these panels. This is actually called an RV luggage compartment panel. So we put that on. Ooh, sorry. All right, so moving back in here again. So so electric's done. Now, basically what we're doing is we're just installing the equipment. So these are little bumpers that we put in, and what they do is they prevent the carts from smacking up against the electrical outlets. This is just a 4x4 that's been spray painted. These are boat bumpers for, like a boat when you come up to a dock. So that's how we're anchoring those guys in. Refrigerator is kind of interesting to anchor in, but it works really well actually. So we put one strap on the top here, and then we put another strap on the top here. Now these are just test straps. We'll get something a little bit more fancier that looks better. But I mean, this thing doesn't move. It doesn't move at all. So it goes around the wheel well down here, and then, it goes around the wheels, and then it buckles into the wheel well. We bolted it, and then this one comes, it's slightly in this way, comes around the top and does the same thing, buckles down on the other side, and this thing's not moving. We like this style of doing things, and so we are going to be running this on most of this equipment that we can't bolt through the floor. So it's nice. It gives them a chance to clean under there and everything. And so that's Cherry. This is my cart. It's not theirs. I was just using it to kind of mess around with stuff. But yeah, so you know what's left. Really, we got a couple shelves to put up. So we're gonna tack those up. This thing, I ordered some of those RV compartments doors, and we're gonna put those in there, and so it'll be an extra storage case for cups, but it's you know also a serving shelf, you know, so in there's a little compartment. We got to buckle those guys in, and so that's pretty much the last thing. So buckling those in, buckling all that stuff in, and then once that's all done, we're pretty much in the right spot to put our roof extensions on. So those roof extensions, they're just fake roof extensions. That's all they are. And basically what they do is they live up top there, and they'll hide the ACs. So that's pretty much all they're doing. It's just for shows. So we have to put those up. The problem is my garage door is only 10 feet. I'm already at 9'5". So when I add that 12, I'll be above that. So we've prepped it all. We've had it up there and tested everything, bolted everything down. Everything looks great. The bolts are already up there. They're welded to the frame already. Everything's ready to go. Basically, all we have to do is pull this thing out, put those things on, bolt them down, and then there's a couple other little things that we have to put on there. We have to put the ACs in, wire those, bolt those down, and then that's done. So it's a one-day job, because once this thing comes out of the garage, it's not going back in. So that's it right there. Yeah, I think we're slowly seeing the light here. We're kind of at the last little bit before we're finished with this. This will be set up at the Coffee Chocolate Festival. So we're gonna have it all set up for these guys. So I'll do a final walkthrough once I'm all finished with this, but I did want to get out there and just kind of give an update on the whole thing and kind of show you how it's coming along. It's great, man. We're really proud of this one. So this one's really chugging along. All right, guys. Hey, this is Vince with Green Joe Coffee School. Thanks for tuning in.